Our children follow, it's not a standard curriculum. So it's like, once you get into the world of homeschool, there's
so many of them.
Classical and Greek and whatever else. Our curriculum, for all intents and purposes, is called an unschooled, student-led curriculum, meaning it's the antithesis of school. There's no structure to, we start at 9 o'clock, we end at 3 o'clock. There's no structure like a school structure. And then it's student-led. So whatever they're currently interested in, it's the educator's responsibility to find a way to work the 5 core subjects into whatever topic the kids are interested in. So for example, my son, out of nowhere, man, and I love it, trust me, but out of nowhere, he started taking an interest in blacksmithing.
Really?
Yeah. So
awesome.
So my wife worked with our private educator. They found a local blacksmithing studio that teaches kids. So then he went and forged a knife.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Holy shit. And then he brings home this forged knife, shows me, and of course I'm like, is there a dad? Is there a dad program? So then we go back, we forge knives together.
That's cool.
Right? And the educator's job is now to recognize he's interested in this. So now he's learning knives of different military conflicts from different time periods, different metallurgy, why metals respond differently.
Chemistry, math, you name it.
Exactly. It all applies to the heat. It applies to the math. It applies to the science. It applies to social sciences, right?
Yeah,
and my daughter's in a completely different place. She doesn't really care about forging weapons. She's really into fashion and design. So we do the exact same thing, right? The material sciences behind the fabrics, the measurements behind the fabrics, the ingredients that go into different types of makeup. That's the beautiful thing about homeschooling and in our world, child-led learning. Because if you were like me, I remember, it's time to learn about ancient Egypt. And I was like, who the fuck cares about ancient Egypt? Yeah. But there was also a time in my life when I did care about ancient Egypt. It's just...
Typically, the older you get, the more you care about ancient Egypt. Yeah, it's fascinating, man. That's such a cool program. I'm curious, at the end of their childhood, the late teens, early 20s, like it'll be fascinating to see kind of what they're into and where they're at and what they do with it, like where they go from there.